Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. If you play Destiny 2 or you're a fan of Destiny 2, you would know that recently it has not been the best. But before I get negative and I talk about why I think the game is probably in one of the worst states it has ever been in, I just want to let you guys know that Destiny 2 is my favorite game of all time. It's a one-of-a-kind game, and you will never get this Destiny 2 experience with any other game, and that's why it's so frustrating to make these kind of videos, because I don't want to make these kind of videos. I want the game to be good. But yeah, it is my favorite game. I fell in love with Destiny 2 mainly for the PvP, for the great gunplay, the amazing movement, the great weapons and abilities. I also love the sniping in Destiny 2 more than any other game that I've played. 3-tapping with hand cannons has always been pinnacle PvP experience for me. And I know for me and a lot of you guys as well, just the fantasy of being in a futuristic settings, the world designs, Bungie absolutely nails the world design. And no matter how bad Destiny 2 gets, I will always try to see the light within the game, no pun intended. And I will always hold hope that Destiny 2 will get back to being good, get back to being amazing, and hopefully with this crazy amount of outcry that we've been seeing, that Destiny 2 will get another prime. Maybe I'm being hopeful, I don't know. To me, it feels like ever since Astrocross made that video, I'm sure you guys know that video. If you haven't, you should really watch it. It has blown up on YouTube for the right reasons, because everything he said and talked about in that video was absolutely facts. Nail in the goddamn head. That video opened our eyes, and it has just been downhill from here. And on top of that, you have Grenader Jake, who is, I would say, probably the top PvP content creator, streamer. He's been doing these trials carries since the beginning of trials. He is known as the most committed to this game when it comes to PvP, and the fact that he's stepping down now and being variety and cannot take this Bungie bullshit anymore, it's insane. It's really bad. The community outcry has been the worst it's been in a long time, and Bungie doesn't listen. The game is not getting better. They're not answering or listening to our calls and why we think the game is bad and why this game is going in the gutter. They don't care. And I think that's why it's the worst right now, because I feel like usually whenever we have these moments in Destiny 2 where the game is going bad, they always come back and say something. Hey, we're working on it, we hear you guys, we understand. But the fact that it has been radio silence when the whole community is talking about the state of Destiny 2 being bad, and they refuse to address it, just makes me very worried for the future of Destiny. Makes me very scared, actually, because my content on my channel is revolved around Destiny 2. If you look at my channel, you will see that I have been trying different games, but at the end of the day, I primarily play Destiny 2. It's just the game that I'm most comfortable with, the game that I'm the best at, and the game that I love the most. Because like I said, man, even though this game has been going in the gutter PvP and PvE wise, it is still such a good game, and I fell in love with this game, especially the PvP, and I'll continue to play it. But it's just getting to a point where it's like they need to address this. They need to say something, because at this point it is not getting any better, and the silence is making me doubtful that it will not ever get better. So if you're on YouTube a lot, you're on Twitter a lot, you would see that almost every single content creator is talking about this. You have, like I said, Astrocross making videos on it, Grenader Jake, Patty Cakes Gaming, Dado, countless other PvP and PvE content creators are coming out and saying things need to change. And the one thing that bothers me so much right now with Destiny 2, especially the PvP part, is the garbage meta. It has been an SMG pulse meta for such a long time, and they haven't changed anything about it. They continue to have this garbage meta, ability spamming meta. It's not Destiny 2 anymore, is what I'm trying to say. Because if you guys played vanilla Destiny 2 or even Forsaken Destiny 2, it always felt like they put the gunplay first. The gunplay is why everyone loves Destiny 2. But I play Crucible nowadays, and it is not the same as how it used to be back in the days where gunplay mattered the most. Now it's about crushing the meta and ability spam. It is not the same game, and it really does hurt, because like we all know this game can be great. That's the thing about us Destiny players, is that we know this can be the greatest game of all time if they wanted it to be. If they really wanted this game to be the greatest game of all time, they can. fan, because like I said, Destiny 2 is the most unique game you will ever play, and you will never get a Destiny 2 experience game somewhere else. Destiny 2 is one of a kind. The PvP mixed with the PvE, the beautiful goddamn gunplay is just a game that you will never find anywhere else. And it's crazy because I made a video about Destiny going in the wrong direction about a month ago, and I got a lot of comments saying that I'm in the wrong and that I'm tweaking, and I'm just another Stompies hunter talking bad about the game once again, because I'm delirious thinking that PvP will ever get good and that Destiny 2 is a PvE game, not a PvP game. But after I made that video, a few days later, a few weeks later, Asacross drops that video, and then boom, the whole community is talking about the state of the game. And all I can say is I told you so, because like this game is going in the wrong direction. And I think a main reason for that is honestly also Marathon. I think the announcement of Marathon made everything worse, because now we have fingers to point to. Now we know why the PvP has been so dog shit and so unsupported, is because they're giving Marathon all the stuff that Destiny 2 PvP should have, including dedicated servers. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the servers in Destiny 2 has been the absolute worst it has ever been. And that's why I'm leading on to my very last point, is that after everything that's been going on, it just feels like death by 1,000 cuts, where it's like there's so much wrong with the game right now, it's hard to even pinpoint one thing. You have very bad servers, terrible latency, hackers are back and stronger than ever, their anti-cheat is not doing anything, Bungie's not saying anything about the hackers, they're just letting them do whatever they want to do, ruining everyone else's experience. And I know I am primarily a PvP content creator, PvP Destiny 2 gamer, but I see that PvE is struggling as well. It's a boring grind circle that is not fun anymore. It's the same strikes, the same missions, all the magic and charm and mystery that Destiny 2 PvE had. It just feels like it's gone now. Yes, we still have dungeons and raids, but you do a dungeon 1 or 2 times, the magic is not there anymore, and then you go back to doing the same old grind that we've been doing for the past 9 years. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a long time with the same boring PvE cycle. There's no point in grinding for better loot because it's just simply boring now. Usually with the community, you will have PvP players saying this game is bad, and then the PvE players saying you're tripping, or you have the PvE players saying the game is bad, vice versa. I feel like this is the first time in a long time, or if ever, where the community as a whole is like, Bungie, what are you doing with this game? You are letting one of the greatest games of all time just die like that, and you're doing nothing to try to fix it, support it, put your love back into the game. Because right now I feel like Destiny 2 has just lost its spark, and a lot of players are now realizing that. And one more thing too, talking about the deaths by 1,000 cuts, I have friends who show interest in Destiny 2 and they want to play Destiny 2, but I can never tell them it's worth playing it. It's so strange because veteran players, they play this game and it's fine, but once you talk to someone who's new to the game and then you realize how much money they have to put into the game just to play, Destiny 2 is not a free to play game. The free to play version is a demo, it's a little fraction of the game, and if you want your friends to play this game with you, they're going to be dropping some serious money just to do activities that the game requires you to do for better loot, better weapons, and like just the fun overall of the game. Is everything is locked behind paywalls. And then once I started talking to my friends, I was like, oh, you need this DLC for that, you need this dungeon key for that, you need the season pass for this, you need another expansion for that. I took a step back and I was like, I can't even recommend this game to new people anymore because it is not the game that I fell in love with anymore. It's very tough, and even though I still try to stay hopeful, I don't know if the game will ever get to the point where we want it to. And I think a lot of people knew that for a while, but Bungie is like really trying to kill this game now. And now even my meathead brain is finally understanding that this game may never be what we want it to be anymore, and it's not the game that we all originally fell in love with. But yeah, guys, just wanted to get that off my chest. It has been bothering me for a while. I wanted to make a video on it just for the archives. Hopefully I could eat all my words in this video and then Destiny 2 magically becomes better, but who knows? We'll see. Probably not, but as Destiny 2 players, we all remain hopeful. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.